Thus far, we have detailed how to combine resistors connected in series using a single loop circuit and resistors connected in parallel using a single node pair circuit. Unfortunately, the overwhelming majority of circuits that we are going to see are not going to be simple single loop circuits or single node pair circuits. We might have a network like the one shown here on the board that has a lot of resistors, some of which are connected in series and some of which are connected in parallel, and then others of which are connected in neither. And so we need to be able to simplify resistive networks like this as well. And we're going to do that using our series resistance combination and parallel resistance combination techniques. So the way that I prefer to approach these problems is first to identify all of my nodes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start at one of these terminals over here on the left-hand side that we're looking at. And I'm going to just start drawing until I hit a circuit element, and then I'm going to turn around. And I'm just going to follow these wires. So when I hit this 10 ohm resistor, turn around, follow the wire down. Hit this 10 ohm resistor, turn around, follow the wire back up, hit the terminal, and close my loop. So this is one single node, okay? My next node, I'm going to start at this 10 ohm resistor, go to the right, and just follow the wire until I hit another circuit element, just like I did before. And I've identified a second node. I can come down here on the bottom. And this forms a third node. And then finally, I see this fourth small node here. So I've subdivided this resistive network up into its different nodes. And the reason why I do this, particularly using different colors, is because it helps me to see things. For example, I can see that this node point between this 10 ohm resistor and this 10 ohm resistor consists of a single point of interconnection with no branching paths, which means those two resistors must be connected in series. Similarly, I can see that this 10 ohm resistor and this 10 ohm resistor share this red node and this blue node, so they must be electrically connected in parallel. I can also observe that this 10 ohm resistor and this 10 ohm resistor share the red node and the purple node, so they must also be electrically connected in parallel. So there's a lot of simplifications to this circuit that I can make right off. Let's start by combining our two series resistances. Our 10 ohms here on the far right and our 10 ohm on the bottom. So when we have two 10 ohm resistors in series, if you'll recall, REQ, S said that we simply needed to add all the resistors that were connected in series. So in this case, that means we would have a 10 ohm resistor and a 10 ohm resistor in series. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20, and we can replace this small network with a single 20 ohm resistor. So I'm going to do that by erasing this bottom 10 ohm resistor and this right hand 10 ohm resistor and drawing in a single 20 ohm resistor. What that did is it effectively eliminated this node point here, right? So our blue node is now going to extend out to the 20 ohm resistor. That means that this 10 ohm resistor and this 20 ohm resistor are now connected in parallel. So we could simplify them as well. If you'll recall, REQP stated that when we had two resistors in parallel, it would be the 1 over the resistor R1 plus 1 over the resistor R2 to the -1 power. Now, let's pause a moment before we put in our numbers here to develop a very simple relationship to use when we have two resistors in parallel. If we were to multiply this first quantity by R2 divided by R2, like so. Let me put this 1 in parentheses. And we were to multiply our second quantity by R1 over R1. This would give us R2 divided by R1, R2 plus R1 divided by R1, R2, then we take the inverse. Now these fractions have common denominators, which means I can simply add their numerators together. So this is going to look like R1 plus R2 divided by R1 multiplied by R2. We inverse that. And so now we can just perform this inverse operation by simply flipping that fraction over, and we are left with R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. Now this method only works when you have two resistances connected in parallel. For three resistances, you would need to use the inverse relationship that we defined specifically for an infinite number of resistances that are connected in parallel. So circling back to our problem, we have a 10 ohm resistor in parallel with a 20 ohm resistor, which means that we should have 10 times 20 over 10 plus 20, which is 200 divided by 30. So I'm going to erase this 20 ohm resistor and replace this 10 ohm resistor with a 200 divided by 30 ohm equivalent resistance. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my purple node and my blue node to account for the simplification that has occurred. Now I could simplify these two 10 ohm parallel resistances. So I would have 10 times 10 divided by 10 plus 10, 100 over 20, which is just 5. So I can erase, let's erase this guy, and replace this one with a 5 ohm resistor. Let me modify my blue node, and now I see that the 5 ohm resistor and this 200 over 30 ohm resistor share one point of connection, so they must be connected in series. Okay? So 5 in series with 200 over 30 is the same as 150 over 30 in series with 200 over 30. And so that is going to look like, let's see, 150 over 30 plus 200 over 30 is going to be 350 over 30. And I'm going to draw that down here. I'm going to erase my whole blue node real quick. So I have 350 over 30 here. And here's my red node as it continues on now. purple node, and I can see that now all three resistances share the red node, and all three resistances share the purple node, such that Req for the whole circuit simplifies to one over 10 ohms plus 1 over 10 ohms plus 1 over 350 over 30, which looks like 30 over 350 to the minus 1. I should have an ohm symbol here. So what I can do is I can multiply this guy by a factor of 35. So it would be 35 over 350 plus 35 over 350. And so that's 35 plus 35 is 70, plus 30 is 100. So I have 100 divided by 350 ohms inverse, which is 35 divided by 10, or 3.5 ohms.